Hey friends, and welcome back to Underdog Investing. Today I'd like to talk about Virgin Galactic. Firstly, talking about the stock price and why we saw a massive spike in the stock price mid-trading day today. And then I'd like to talk a bit about some good news regarding an upgraded buy rating as well as price target for Virgin Galactic from one of the analysts. So before I jump into the video, I'd be grateful if you can smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of these videos in the future. So starting with the stock price, you can see that today we started off quite slowly and we were trading below yesterday's level for a little while, and it was around $31, $32. And then suddenly at 2 p.m. we saw a massive spike of about 7 to 8%. And we actually ended the day at $33.74, which is about 3.8% up in this trading day. And you can see that we've actually managed to maintain these levels after market, which is a good sign. Now, it's not actually Virgin Galactic which was the only company that actually went up. It was pretty much every company's share price went up today. And the main reason for that is the Federal Reserve. So they actually spoke out today. And what they said was they estimated that the average growth this year will be 6.5%, which is up from 4.2% that it predicted in December. And a lot of the members in the Federal Reserve also expected to keep borrowing costs near zero until after 2023. So basically what happened was two main things. The first one was that they reassured us as retail investors that inflation is unlikely to be an issue in the near future. And that leads to the second point, which is that if inflation is not going to be an issue, then interest rates are likely to stay low for the foreseeable future as well. So with these two things, these are very bullish things for tech stocks. So stocks like Tesla, Virgin Galactic, Lemonade, these kinds of high risk but high reward, high growth stocks. So these benefit from this kind of news. So that's why we saw that spike today. So now let's move on to the upgraded rating as well as price target from Truist. And the analyst was Michael Chiarmoli. So I don't know if I'm butchering that name, but yeah, let's jump straight into this one. So a $50 price target by this analyst, which basically represents a 50% increase from the levels it is at today, which is about $33. So what he's saying is, let's have a look at what they say. So ultimately, they believe that Virgin Galactic can capture at least 50% of the global space tourism total available market by 2030. And they think it's uniquely positioned to capture share. So they go on to say that we see several near-term catalysts for the shares as the company demonstrates its capabilities through a series of testing activities planned during 2021. And we believe that once commercial operations commence, likely in our view in early 2022, demand will significantly exceed supply, providing the company with pricing leverage and enabling margin accretion as the company scales its operations. So that's good news. And then they go on to mention about the Chamath situation. So earlier this month, regulatory filings showed that venture capital investor Chamath Palihapitiya, who's the chairman of Virgin, sold his personal stake for about $213 million. Now, a lot of people see that and think, oh, Chamath has completely sold out of all of his shares. And whilst it's true that he sold all of his personal stake, what a lot of people aren't realizing is that he's still actually quite heavily invested in Virgin Galactic, because he's basically his firm, which is Social Capital Header Sophia, still owns a 6.5% stake in Virgin Galactic, which is a huge stake. So let's not forget that he's still very heavily invested. He's still the chairman of Virgin Galactic. So I think he's still bullish about this company, despite selling his own stake, which isn't that significant if you compare that to a 6.5% stake in Virgin Galactic, which is significantly more than that. Okay, and then this last article by Investor Place, which talks about how they think the share price of Virgin Galactic can reach $80. So personally, I think that it can go a lot higher than this in the near future, but I'm talking I've got a very long-term vision for Virgin Galactic. But let's have a look at what they say and why they think Virgin Galactic is undervalued. So So the company believes that at scale, it would do about $1 billion in annual revenue per spaceport. And that equates to about 10 spaceships doing about 5 flights per month, with 6 paying passengers on each flight and an average ticket price of $300,000. So they also mentioned that if one spaceport can do $1 billion in revenue in a year, and Virgin Galactic are hoping to have multiple spaceports, let's imagine they have 2 spaceports by 2030, which is reasonable, I think. This could generate $2 billion in annual revenue. And they think that gross margins are going to be very high. And the reason for this is, first of all, they think gross margins are going to be around 75%. And basically, it's all to do with supply and demand. They think that Virgin Galactic have significant pricing power due to a huge demand as well versus a limited supply. Operational expenses are expected to stay low. And basically, ultimately, they think with a 50% EBITDA margin and a $1 billion in EBITDA, stripping out D&A, which is depreciation and amortization, interest and taxes, the modeling suggests that Virgin Galactic has the potential to earn $3.15 in earnings per share by 2030. And if we base it on a 25x exit multiple, that implies a long-term target of $80. So that is the end of the video. I'd love to hear what you think. Do you think Virgin Galactic will hit $80? Do you think it's going to be less than that, more than that? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.